Good morning, everybody. My name's Teresa, and for those of you that don't know me, and it's really great to be here with you on this Monday morning. And for this week, we're looking at the topic of outreach, and for the first 3 days, we're looking at just one verse in Mathew 28, verse 19, which is a verse I'm sure most of you will know, and it's about the Great Commission. It's about going out, and what Jesus' final words are, or some of his final words to the disciples. And to set the scene, Jesus has died, resurrected, and this is, he's come before the disciples again, the 11 disciples. Obviously, Judas is not there anymore, and he's talking to them for the final time, and he's telling them about what he wants to do. Now, I want you to think about if you've ever been sat at the bedside of a loved one who's maybe in their last hours, and some of the final words that they may say to you are going to be words that impact you and stay with you all of your life. You normally tell people that you love them, and that, you know, you say those precious things that you want to say that maybe haven't said up to this point. And this is what we find Jesus is doing here with the disciples. He knows that he's about to leave them, and he's coming before them and giving them this great commission. This is what he wants them to do. This is what's really laid on his heart. This is what I want you to do. And it talks about the first two words in verse 19 is, therefore, go. Now you might think, Teresa, that's fine for Israel. That's fine for Anthony, because they're evangelists. They go out on the streets. They go. That's what they do. But that's not for me. But here in Scripture, we're being told for all of us, therefore go. Therefore go. So we are to go, whether it's next door or to another country. Some people are called to be missionaries. Some are called just to be where we are and be Jesus with skin on where we are. And whether it's next door, in the supermarket, or in another country, we are all told to go and to make disciples. Now, what does that look like? What does that mean? Well, those words were not said for no reason, and they are some of Jesus' last words. And so they're really important, because he wanted us to go out, and we know that we're coming in the end times, and it's more important than ever that we go out and we show that love of Jesus. We say that important gospel message that so many people haven't heard. So how can we do that if we're not naturally born evangelists? Well, I think just be yourself. Trust the Holy Spirit, and really just look for opportunities, pray for opportunities. And if we're living our faith day by day, then that should just come to us naturally. And if you feel quiet and timid and shy, then ask the Holy Spirit for boldness. Prayer comes before it all. We know that. That's the important connection. And if we're prayerfully being before God, then he will guide us, he will show us, so that when we're stood in the supermarket queue, or in the doing the school run, or wherever we may be, in the workplace, God will give us opportunities. Because in his word, this is a commandment. This is a commandment. This is not a maybe or can if you want to. This is a commandment, so we should be doing it. Therefore, go. Therefore, go. So I just want you to go away, read that verse in all its entirety. We'll unpack it a bit more in the next couple of days. But this is the thing I want you to think about this morning. We are all called to go. To go and make disciples of men. That's what Jesus asked the disciples to do, and then he equally is asking us to do. So have a think on that. Have a think how that affects you. Come back tomorrow and we'll unpack it a bit more. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.